is the L2C Media Network, and this is Sports Final, brought to you by the L2C Media Network. Now, with the details, the headlines, and everything else of the night in sports, I'm Harry Von Stuttgart, and from the Fred McLeod Sports Desk, Tom O'Neill Studios, here's our host, Steve Baxter. And good evening, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast. Good evening, West Coast. Hi there, East Coast. Steve the Baxman Baxler here. This is Sports Final, and let it begin. We got some good sports for you tonight, and our sporty balls are ready for you. Let's start off with our basketball segment, and it's pro, college, and G League, plus anything else that we happen to get involved with. But as always, we're here for you, so we're going to have ourselves a little fun, a little excitement, and it's all right here, right now. So let's take you now to the scoreboard, where we got 3 games still in progress, all of them in the fourth quarter. For example, whoa. Boy, did everything get going on here? Oh, yes. Once again, we're scroted. Anyway, okay. The Utah Jazz, who knew they play? Yeah, I've already done that joke 5 times. Utah Jazz beat the LA Clippers. Beat? It's going to be one of those nights. The Utah Jazz lead the LA Clippers with 9 minutes and 6 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter by a score of 96-90. Still early in the fourth, and the Portland Trailblazers lead the Memphis Grizzlies by 2, 82-80. 7:39 left to play in the fourth quarter, and it is a tie between the Washington Wizards and Sacramento Kings, 94-94. Final scores: the Atlanta Hawks beat the Orlando Magic 111-99. Cleveland Cavaliers over the Houston Rockets 124-89. Miami Heat over the Philadelphia 76ers 101-96. In overtime, the Los Angeles Lakers beat the Dallas Mavericks 107-104. The Milwaukee Bucks, who are indeed the defending NBA champions, 114-99 over the Indiana Pacers. The New Orleans Pelicans beat the Oklahoma City Thunder by 3, 113-110. Charlotte Hornets over the San Antonio Spurs by a score of 131-115. And the Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Denver Nuggets 124-107. Wow. Yes, wow. Do you have any others? Nope. But I do know where we get the other scores. That's right. That's right. Let's get you all the scores from the college portion of the sports world. And once again, by the way, the times for the college football playoff semifinals have just been listed. Friday, December 31st, the first game will be number 1 Alabama versus number 4 Cincinnati. That'll be at 3:30 p.m. That'll be the Cotton Bowl, the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. And at 7:30, it'll be number 2 Michigan versus number 3 Georgia at the Capital One Peach Bowl. So there you have it. Friday, December 31st, New Year's Schlocken Eve, as we like to call it. Almost said the other word. But here we go. Let's take you to Scoreboard, the women's college basketball scoreboard. By the way, all of our scores are presented to you by Caesars Sportsbook. Remember, we are all Caesars. Even the Mannings are Caesars. Number 1 ranked South Carolina over number 15 ranked Duke, 55-46. Number 3 Stanford over UC Davis, 68-42. Number 18 South Florida, 69. Thank you. One more time, 69. Thank you. Stetson 50. 22nd ranked LSU 100, Alcorn State 36. 24th ranked Ohio State, a 97-51 winner. And why did we lose that? Come on, guys. Come on. There we go. 24th ranked Ohio State over Alabama State, 97-51. Jacksonville and 25th ranked North Carolina were canceled. I know, it's a pity. Yep, we're going to have a pity party for the canceled bits and pieces. All right. Do we have our little buddy with us or not? Little buddy. No. Nope, I don't mean that, but thank you anyways. Oh boy. No, I don't need the controls. Okay. Sure, it's not right. Oh, okay. Looking for our.
Something changed on that?
No. Everything's okay, Mom. Thank you, though. Thank you. And let's get on with it. The men's basketball scoreboard. Number 8 Arizona over North. Let's try that again. Number 8 Arizona, 101-76 winner over Northern Colorado. 10th ranked USC over UC Irvine by 5, 66-61. 22nd ranked Xavier over Morehead State, 86-63. Alabama State and 4th ranked UCLA were postponed due to COVID. So there you go with both. And now let's quickly get you over to the G League. Want to remind you that Nick Ricada has his Wednesday potpourri. Watch him age. That's what he says. Watch him age over all that show. That is coming up, or that is on the air right now on the Ricada Law channel here on YouTube. And as you know, Law Spleen the Interwebs, hosted by Nick Ricada, as we like to call him, the humble Minnesota attorney. All right, let's get to the schedule of events for today. If I sound out of it, I do apologize. Okay, oops, sorry. Screwed that up, didn't I? Yes, I did. All right, let's give you at least some of the games that are being played here. The Oklahoma City Blue defeated Stockton Kings 121-101. Grand Rapids Gold over the Fort Wayne Mad Ants 127-131. And the Rio Grande Valley Vipers took it to the Texas Legends 128-90. And in overtime, the G League Ignite defeated the Salt Lake City Stars by 3, 114-111. Just a few ticks ago. Yes, indeed. Just a few ticks ago. Yes. Okay, let me just move here because I'm not centered. There it is. Yes, we're not centered. So we got to get... We got to get centered. Now we're centered. And there we go. That is your basketball scores. Now let's hit you up with some NHL, that's right. We go from the hardwood to kicking off a commercial. We go from the hardwood to the hard synthetic ice. That's right. Very short schedule tonight for the NHL. Let's kick it off as we do. Third period underway. 11 minutes, 41 seconds, 11 minutes, 19 seconds left in regulation. The Anaheim Mighty Ducks are giving the Kraken a hernia. They lead the Seattle Kraken 4-1. Final scores, and we got a lot of them. Well, about as much as you think. In overtime, 5-4. Your Molson Cup 3 stars were Brindicap for Chicago with 2 goals, with 1 goal and an assist, and Jones for Chicago, 1 goal and an assist. New York Rangers over the Arizona Coyotes, or as we affectionately like to call them this season, the Gypsy Coyotes, because after this, they technically will not have a home. They're going to be in search of one. Rangers over the Coyotes 3-2. Kako for the Rangers, 2 goals. Zibanejad for the Rangers, a goal and assist. Keller for Arizona, 1 goal and 1 assist. How nice. And that, ladies and gentlemen, almost it for the NHL. We have not done this for a while, and we are going to do that right now. Let's give you a looky-loo at the NHL standings in the Eastern Division, in the Eastern Division, the Atlantic Conference. The top 4, and a shocker, it is Toronto with 22 points, followed by Florida with 20, Tampa Bay with 16. Oops, I read the wrong. With 20 points. No, there you go again, reading wrong. All right. Toronto with 42 points, followed by Florida with 40, Tampa Bay in the same tribe with 40, Detroit in 4th with 31, Boston 5th with 30, Buffalo 6th place, 22, Ottawa 7th place with 19, and Montreal in the water, sinking rapidly with 15. In the Metropolitan Division, the New York Rangers and the Washington Capitals, both with 41, followed by the Carolina Hurricane with 39, Pittsburgh Penguins at 35. They're the top 4 right now. In 5th, Columbus Blue Jackets at 29, Philadelphia Flyers 26. It's in 6th place and 7th place, New Jersey with 25, and the New York Islanders, dead but still treading water, at 19. Western Conference, Central Division, Minnesota, the top dog with 39 points. 2 up on St. Louis Blues at 37, 3 up on Colorado with 36. 4th place, Nashville with 35, Winnipeg 5th place at 31, Dallas with 28, Chicago with 24, and Arizona with 12. And in the Pacific Division, Anaheim 37 points in 1st, Calgary 36 in 2nd, Vegas 34 in 3rd, Edmonton 32 in 4th, San Jose 31 in 5th, Los Angeles 29 in 6th, Vancouver 7th with 28, and Seattle last in the water at 23rd, or at 23 points. And there you go. Now, I know what you're saying, Steve. That's right for the NHL, but you haven't done it yet for the NBA. Au contraire, mon frere, we will do that right now. And here we go. Can we get the mic up so I can sound like I know what I'm doing, which would be a shock. In the Eastern Conference, Brooklyn Nets on top. 20-8 is a record. 2nd place, the defending champion Milwaukee Bucks at 19-11. 3rd place, Chicago Bulls 17-10. 4th place, Cleveland at 18-12. 5th place, Miami 17-12. Washington 6th place with 15-13. Charlotte in 7th, 16-14. Yep. Philadelphia 15-14. 8th place. 9th place Atlanta 14 up, 14 down. Same with Boston. By a little point or two. Boston is in 10th, both with 14-14 records. Toronto in 11th with 13-15. New York with 12th with 12-16. Indiana Pacers 13th with 12-18. Orlando Magic 14th place, 5-24, and the Detroit Pistons. Oi, that's all you gotta say. Oi, 4-22, 15th place. In the Western Conference, we take you to Golden State 23-5, Phoenix in second 22-5, Utah in third 19-7. Memphis in fourth, 17-11. Fifth place, the LA Clippers, 16-12. The LA Lakers in sixth with 16-13 record. Dallas in seventh, as well as Denver, both with 14-14 records. Only about a minuscule point difference between Dallas at 7 and Denver at 8. Ninth place, Minnesota, 13-15. 10th place, Sacramento, 11-17. Same record as Portland. But again, by that skosh little margin, Portland is in 11th, also at 11-17. 12th, San Antonio, 10-17. Houston, 13th, 9-19. New Orleans, 14th at 9-21. And Oklahoma City, 15th, 8-19. And you might as well just say it, the Pistons are battling Orlando for what the Australian Football League would call it the silver spoon. In this case, it would be the silver basketball, or the silver deflated basketball for the worst team in the NBA. In fact, the Pistons are the worst team in all of the NBA with a 4-22 record. There you go. Happy landings on a chocolate star. Now, we've done the NHL. Let's get you to our hockey scores. That's right. Let's go hockey. Yes, let's go hockey, kids. Well, that's football. We want hockey, guys. We don't want football. So let's zap back. Let's huddle back. And there we go. The NC2A hockey scores. That's right. Let's see if there's any hockey scores from the men. And yeah, there was only one game. And it is a continuing non-conference. Alaska 2, Rensselaer 1. Let's check out the women, see if they're playing. As my cat my cat Uno, my camera cat, decided to come out from behind the scenes. No hockey for ladies. Now she's going back to the camera. Thank you. And let's go to the AHL, the American Hockey League, and get you all updated with the big game. Hello, sweetheart. Sorry. Aw. Okay, let's kill that off and let's get to the scores from tonight's action. There should be some scores for tonight's action, and there is. Believe it or not. Yep. And we got some games that are still going on, so let's get to it. 2:21 remaining in regulation. Abbotsford Canucks over the San Diego Gulls 4-0. A 4:20 left in regulation, and the San Jose Barracuda are laying it on the Colorado Eagles 9-5. Belleville Senators, Lehigh Valley Phantoms were postponed due to COVID. Providence Bruins beat the Bridgeport Islanders in a shootout 2-1. Charlotte Checkers and the Rochester Americans. Charlotte Checkers won that one 4-2. Syracuse Crunch over the Toronto Marlies 4-2. The Henderson Silver Knights over the Tucson Roadrunners 3-0. Beep, beep. And final in a shootout, Stockton Heat over the Bakersfield Condors. That score It was 2-1. That is your AHL scoreboard. Let's traverse and go to the Ontario Hockey League and see that we do have some time. Let us gallivant to Wednesday. Yay. Yay, verily. We got 3 games on Wednesday to talk about. Flint over Saginaw, 6-4. Mississauga over Hamilton, 4-1. And Kitchener and Owen Sound were postponed due to COVID. There you go, right there. Let me just okay, here we go. See, do we have anything for the EHL? ECHL, excuse me. Uh-huh. Okay, thank you very much. That was fun, wasn't it? Yes. There we go. This is what we need. Let's see. Let's go over here. And let's check the official website. Yay, there is an official website. Goody. And let's see, do we have some scores? Do we have anything that looks like scores? Yes, we do. Boom. Let's go for the scores, shall we? Okay, of course, we have to agree. And agree we do. Agree we do. Thank you. Okay, the ECHL game should be here in a boot, and they are, so let's go to it. The Trois-Rivières Lions beat the Maine Mariners 4-2. Jacksonville Icemen over the Greenville Swamp Rabbits 3-0. Florida Everblades over the Atlanta Gladiators by a score of 3-1. Wheeling Nailers over the Norfolk Admirals 7-2. Kansas City Mavericks over the Tulsa Oilers 5-3. The Rapid City Rush over the Idaho Steelheads by a score of 2-1. And finally, the Utah Grizzlies over the Wichita Thunder 3-0. Friday's big games, yeah, because they don't play on Thursdays, obviously. Friday's big games will be the Maine Mariners at the Trois-Rivières Lions, Cincinnati Cyclones at the Indy Fuel, the Toledo Walleye at the South Carolina Stingrays, the Atlanta Gladiators at the Florida Everblades, Wheeling Nailers at the Norfolk Admirals, Kalamazoo Wings are going to be at the Fort Wayne Comets with a K, Orlando Solar Bears at Allen Americans, Iowa Heartlanders at Kansas City Mavericks, Rapid City Rush at the Idaho Steelheads, and finally Wichita Thunder at the Utah Grizzlies. We'll check those out on tomorrow for you. And we go to from the ECHL to the Southern Professional Hockey League. Hey, while we're here, you might as well just do it, right? Right, absolutely. All right, let's go to some scores. Do we have any scores from tonight from the SPHL? No matchapoos, no goals right there. I got to write all these down so we can check them. And how about Federal Prospects? How did they? Let's see here. The federal. Let's see, Stats Standings Game Center. Thank you. Scores. Okay, do we have any scores from the big old FPHL? Do. Okay. Let's see. Do we have? Oh, they don't have many games, do they? Yep. there we go. All teams, we're good on that. FPHL, we're good on that. Nope, they don't have. We don't have any scores, schedules. Yeah, we got. Yeah, let's see if there are any schedules. Okay, one game tomorrow, and that will be Port Huron versus Danbury. So we'll give you that on tomorrow. Then Friday's 3 games: Port Huron versus Danbury, Binghamton versus Delaware, and Columbus versus Carolina at Biloxi, I do believe. Yeah. It's going to be fun. We got 1 game tomorrow and 3 games on Friday. So there you go. But nothing tonight. So that ends your hockey. No, that doesn't. Does it? No, because we had the women. We circumvent and look for. Oh, we checked the men's out. And they had nothing. So we are done. We're done with hockey. Wow. And it's 31 minutes past the hour of midnight Eastern time. That's 9:31 in the Pacific. And for the rest of you, you know your math. You'll figure it out. So here we go. Let's give you some headlines. Oh, boy. This one was a little fun. Let's give you this in college basketball. An hour before their scheduled tip-off versus Alabama State, number 4 UCLA called off their game against Alabama State. The school announced the contest would not be played as scheduled due to COVID-19 protocols. The school's statement came a little more than 3.5 hours after UCLA initially announced that coach Mick Cronin would not be coaching due to COVID-19 protocols. No details further were provided. It was the second game in less than 2 weeks UCLA lost due to COVID. Washington had to cancel its December 5th home game versus the Bruins to take a forfeit and a league loss in the Pac-12 standings per conference rules. UCLA is scheduled to play Saturday against North Carolina in the CBS Sports Classic, the first game of a double dip that is also scheduled to feature number 15 Ohio State versus number 21 Kentucky, and it will be on CBS Sports, probably both CBS Sports Network and CBS Sports on the CBS television network, or as we like to call that, the Big Rock Dada. As COVID has begun to once again yield its ugly head in the sports world, with the NFL, NBA, and NHL announcing more than 100 combined confirmed cases in recent weeks, college basketball has also started to feel the creeping of the virus. Earlier on Wednesday, Cleveland State announced it was going on a COVID pause, becoming the 7th men's program this season to do so, joining Abilene Christian, Georgia State, Nevada, Tulane, Wagner, and Washington. All I can say to that is, yay. And if Urban Meyer didn't have any problems before, he's got a big one now. The Urban Meyer situation in Jacksonville is growing more toxic by the day, so are calls by Jags fans and probably Jags staff to ditch him big time. The latest issue that has come to light surrounding the first-year Jags head coach comes from former kicker Josh Lambo, who revealed to the Tampa Bay Times' Rick Stroud that Meyer kicked him as he was stretching with his teammates in practice back in August, just before the final preseason game against the Dallas Cowboys. Lambo told Stroud, quote, I'm in a lunge position, left leg forward, right leg back. Urban Meyer, while I'm in that stretch position, comes up to me and says, hey, dip, make your kicks, and kicks me in the leg, end quote. Now, the root of Meyer's kick was due to Lambo, an all-pro kicker, in 2019, missing a field goal attempt in each of the Jags' first 2 exhibitions. Naturally, the blow sparked a reaction from Lambo, who also noted that Meyer did not mention specialists by name, rather their position or bag, dip, or whatever the hell it was. Certainly wasn't as hard as he could have done it, but it certainly wasn't a love tap, Lambo said. Truthfully, I'd registered it as a 5 out of 10, which in the workplace, I don't care if it's football or not, the boss can't strike an employee. And for a second, I couldn't believe it actually happened. Pardon my vulgarity. I said, don't you ever kick me again. And his response was, I'm the head ball coach. I'll kick you wherever the I want. Now, on the day Meyer kicked him in warm-ups, Lambeau said that he later reported the incident to his agent, Richard Irvine, who then contacted the Jags legal counsel. In a statement to the Tampa Bay Times, the Jags said they acknowledged and responded immediately to the query made by Josh Lambeau's agent Friday, August 27, 2021. They added they offered to speak with Lambeau about the incident, but he told Stroud that he has no recollection of being able to speak with the Jags legal team. Meyer has said that Lambeau's characterization of the incident is completely inaccurate, and there are eyewitnesses to refute the account. General Manager Trent Baalke and I met with him on multiple occasions to encourage his performance, and this was never brought up, Meyer added via the Tampa Bay Times. I was fully supportive of Josh during his time with the team and wish him nothing but the best, end quote. This nugget is just the latest in what reportedly is a very dysfunctional situation with Meyer at the helm. As NFL insider for CBS Sports, Jason La Canfora has previously reported on Saturday, it was Tom Pelissero of NFL Media reporting that Meyer had run-ins with players and coaches on his staff. He reportedly harshly criticized his assistant coaches, highlighting how he is a winner and they are losers while challenging them to defend their resumes. Meanwhile, he reportedly also had a heated argument with veteran receiver Marvin Jones. Jaguars owner Shad Khan recently told reporters that he would not be impulsive when it comes to Myers' future with the team and said, quote, I'm going to reflect on all of that and do the right thing for the team and the right thing for the city, end quote. The answer to both of those questions is very simple. Get him out. Kick him out. Just take him out and throw away the key. Okay, we'll wait on the NFL injuries for total. Let's go to the other NFL story. And the playoff rule has been changed. Oh, joy, would you like to know what it is? Oh, goody, we're going to tell you. The COVID-19 pandemic has forced the world of professional sports to become more flexible. Leagues like the NBA and NFL have had to invent new reserve lists and exceptions for necessary roster movement. This postseason, the NFL is reportedly allowing for more flexibility for teams' active rosters and practice squads. Mike Garafolo from NFL Media on Wednesday reported that unlimited promotions from the practice squad to the active roster would be allowed for all teams in the postseason. In the past, players were capped at 2 promotions that had to be technically waived after the second elevation. Excuse me. Now, this is another rule change that will allow for NFL teams to more easily deal with not only injuries in the postseason, but also those who deal with COVID-19 as well. This is just the first reported NFL rule change to come out Wednesday as the league is dealing with its worst COVID-19 outbreak since the pandemic started. More than 90 players are on reserve COVID-19 lists around the league, and NFL Media Zane Rappaport reports that the NFL and its Players Association continue to have discussions about potential changes to the COVID-19 protocols. The Washington Post Mark Maskey of, Washington Post reported that the league is considering allowing vaccinated asymptomatic players who test positive for the coronavirus to return to the team sooner. Albert Breer reports that one idea being discussed is incentivizing players to get the COVID-19 booster shot with the promise the league will stop testing players who have already received said shot. Wow. Okay. Boink. Okay, and another college football transfer portal report. Florida starting QB Emory Jones will enter a transfer protocol. But plans to play in the Gasparilla Bowl against UCF on December 23rd, the redshirt junior told Pete Thamel of Yahoo Sports. Jones started 11 games for the Gators in 2021 after replacing Heisman finalist Kyle Trask under center. He completed 67.6% of his passes for 2,562 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions in a very shaky debut. However, fans clamored for backup Anthony Richardson nearly from the start after he compiled 4 touchdowns on 22 plays from scrimmage in the first 2 games of the season. Not bad. All right. And, hey, did you know that this was early National Signing Day? We got a list of winners and losers. Winners, Jackson State, they signed Travis Hunter. Texas A&M, they were also a winner. Yeah, let's go this. Jackson State, Deion Sanders, HBCUS. Travis Hunter's stunning decision to sign with Jackson State after being a Florida State commit for nearly 2 years is a win for not only the program, but for Deion Sanders and HBCU schools as a whole. Not bad. Another winner, Texas A&M, Alabama, and Georgia. They are 1, 2, and 3 in the recruiting rankings, and all won on Wednesday. The Aggies brought in 5-star defensive lineman Anthony Lucas, 4-star defensive lineman N.A. White. Their biggest signing day pulls on that side of the ball and beat Texas for 4-star offensive lineman Cam Dewberry, plus holding on to 5-star defensive lineman Walter Nolan ensured TAMU moved to the top. Alabama reeled in 4-star defensive lineman Jihad Campbell and Curtis Perry, elite wide receiver Shaz Preston, top defensive back Earl Little Jr. Georgia had a pair of 5-star signees of their own in Marvin Jones Jr. on the edge and cornerback Dalen Everett to cement its spot in the top 3. Michigan, who faces off against Georgia December 31st. You can see that game, I do believe, on ESPN and ABC. Or ABC, ESPN, or ESPN on ABC. Weather was flipping wide receiver Amorian Walker from Notre Dame to start the day, rallying late to grab the number 1 prospect in Oregon, 4-star wide receiver Darius Clemens away from the Ducks, pulling in 4-star safety Keon Saab, a longtime Clemson committer, getting 4-star defensive lineman Derek Moore, a former Oklahoma pledge. It's been the season of Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh, and the Big Ten champions who will be playing the college football playoff. The Wolverines kept their on-field momentum and transitioned it off the field on the first day of the early signing period. Now, Texas, the offensive line class that Kyle Flood and Steve Sarkisian signed on Wednesday could go down to the single most important position Hall Sarks pulled at any of his stops, starting with 5-star offensive lineman Kelvin Banks' commitment over the weekend and continuing with defense tackle Cameron Williams, 4-star offensive lineman Neto Umeozulu to start the week. The Longhorns wrapped up things by landing 4-star Washington tackle Malik Agabo, throwing a pair of Big Ten flips, and 4-star cornerback Terrence Brooks from Ohio State and defensive lineman Ethan Burke from Michigan, plus bringing home another Big Ten guy and 5-star QB Quinn Ewers from the porthole. And Texas is back in the top 10 recruiting-wise. And Florida was also winner. Your losers were Florida State, Clemson, Washington, Nebraska, Virginia. There you go. So, not exactly a very happy moment.
You know what? I wore them to training. I didn't even get mocked by like the bullies. Even the bullies were like, his mum's standing over there.
And let's see. I'll be in bed before. I'll be in bed after my show. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing my show. I had to do it at midnight because I didn't know that we had a show. We were going to have a couple of podcasts to tape, but those were pulled. So I already advertised I would be on at midnight, so here we are, on at midnight. Okay, it is, we got 15 minutes left of a show. Yay. And we have any other musicals? No? So let's go to media report, or our media bites, and it's a big media bite. Congratulations to oh, by the way, let's do it here. Okay. Looks like there's going to be a little sister act in the NBA. ESPN is reportedly hiring Kendra Andrews as Warriors reporter. Let me read that to you. Following Malik Andrews' quick ascent at ESPN, the company is looking to make things a family affair. According to the New York Post, Andrew Marchand, ESPN is hiring her sister, Kendra Andrews, as our new NBA reporter covering the Golden State Warriors. While Marchand said ESPN would not comment on the move, he also reported that the network plans to move current Warriors reporter Nick Friedel to New York, where he'll focus on the Brooklyn Nets. Let's put it this way. I consider that a downgrade. Okay. Good luck, Miss Kendra Andrews, and welcome to the world. And speaking of the world, ladies and gentlemen, we got news. That's right. You know, the USFL is coming back this spring. The formerly known as the Summer League, the owners of that decided to buy up the name, rank, and serial numbers of the United States Football League, including all the logos from the teams. And wouldn't you know it, all the teams, well, with exception, it's a slow build, will be playing this spring. And they're serious this time. They're going to stick around. And no, Donald Trump will not have anything to do with this league. See, they have signed a huge broadcasting deal with not one, but two networks. That's right. Now, Fox Sports, which has a stake in the revival of the USFL, or simply said, reboot, this new, considering that the new venture has nothing to do with the original USFL in any way, shape, or form, wink, wink. Coming this spring, so some games are obviously going to end up on Fox platforms. Not all of them will. To that end, news broke today that NBC will partner with the new Spring League as a home for the remainder of the contest, all of which will be played in Birmingham. Yay, cost savings. John Oran had that report for Sports Business Journal, noting that NBC will put games on the NBC Network, the USA Network, and the Peacock Network. NBC Sports Network, as you know, just like ESPN Classic, will be going to hash December 31st. By the way, just a little ascent. 10 days before Christmas, and we have hit the 16th, 15. So it's 9 days before Christmas and 15 days before the year of 2021 ends, as does NBC Sports Network and ESPN Classic. Both I will hopefully, and I stress this term, hopefully be joining a lot of people in DVRing those two historical events. Now, here's the beautiful press release. USFL games will appear on NBC platforms when it launches this spring, thanks to a rights deal that the media company signed with Fox Sports, with the Fox Sports-controlled league. NBC joins Fox Sports as the league's two official broadcast partners, with Fox carrying 22 games, NBC carrying 21. Sources say NBC's deal runs for 3 years and involves a rights fee. NBC will carry 8 games on its broadcast channel, 9 games on USA Network, and 4 games on Peacock. We don't know if they're going to be on the free side or on the pay side, but I have a feeling they're going to be on the pay side. Fox will carry 12 games on its broadcast channel and 10 on FS1. Now, on the surface, it may be a bit odd to have NBC broadcasting a product owned and leased in part by a competing network/outlet, but those lines are just going to become more and more blurred going forward anyway, as different media companies take more direct stakes in various leagues and properties. NBC and Fox have cut deals before too, including when Fox offloaded their golf slate to NBC at a very discounted rate. No, that they did not get Joe Buck. Notice they passed on that portion of the deal. Just kidding. Now, the real shocker, if not the surprise, might be that not one but two major networks view the idea of a spring football league being a viable long-term broadcast product. This obviously has been a white whale for many in sports for decades, with the XFL, the AAF dual shutdowns in 2020. The most recent example, the XFL is also going to be back at some point, with the owner, former wrestler in his own right, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and a investment group. NBC at least seems to view it as a way to fill a hole in their sports rights calendar. Now, for NBC, the deal provides programming at a time of year starting in April, the week after the Masters, when it has little to no competition. April is the perfect moment in the sports calendar to debut the USFL. Really? Doesn't anyone forget that April just happens to be the debut, or for those of you down south, debut, of a thing we like to call baseball season? Well, NBC Sports Chairman Pete Bevacqua also said, we love the spot in the calendar. NBC also likes the idea of spreading games around three of its platforms, broadcast, cable, and streaming. It worked for us to have that platform flexibility. It does make sense from an NBC tentpole perspective. There's no potential Olympic Well, it does make sense, actually, because look at it this way. You don't have any Olympic conflicts. They're also invested in pro football. They have various PGA Tour rights in the spring and summer, but no major events. They don't have baseball, basketball, or hockey anymore, and the Premier League wraps up in May and likely wouldn't be an issue given the time slots. Their NASCAR slate doesn't start until June. They have the room and gaping maw of Peacock to fill. And for Fox, this is a big win for stability and visibility. Having another network on board to promote the league's existence is a huge one, considering they're attempting to thread a needle that so far has managed to not only avoid being threaded, but to put every would-be threader out of business. Will the USFL be the league to buck that trend? Maybe, but it certainly wouldn't hurt. And I agree with that wholly and heartedly. Okay, so we are done with that. Let us kick her to some football scores from around the parapet, otherwise known as around the world. So if you're ready, let's get steady and tell you that the Premier League Wednesday schedule of games: Wolverhampton beat Brighton and Hove Albion 1-0. Crystal Palace and Southampton tied at 2. Arsenal beat West Ham United 2-0. Scottish Premiership action: the Rangers over St. Johnstone 2-0. Celtic over Ross County 2-1. In Women's Champions League action in Group C, Barcelona over Kage 5-0. Hoffenheim over Arsenal 4-1 in Group C. Group D, Bayern Munich over Benfica 4-0. Lyon over Haken 4-0. The FA Cup, Barrow over Ipswich Town 2-0. Now in the FA Women's League Cup, Sunderland and Liverpool tied at 0, but Sunderland beat Liverpool 4-2 on penalties. Blackburn over Aston Villa 1-0. Manchester United over Everton 2-0. Charlton Athletic over Watford 5-0. Tottenham Hotspur over Coventry United 3-2. Reading and Lewes tied at 1, but Lewes won 6-5 on penalties. Crystal Palace and Bristol City tied at 0, but Bristol City defeated Crystal Palace on penalties 5-4. London City and Birmingham City tied at 2, with London City winning 5-4 on penalty kicks. West Ham United over Brighton and Hove Albion 3-0. Scottish Women's Premier League, Hearts lost to Hibernian 3-1. Spanish Copa, the Copa del Rey. Andracht and Seville tied at 1 with Seville winning 6-5 on penalties. Rayo Vallecano over Bergantinos 3-1. Real Sociedad defeated Zamora 3-0. Leganes over Cultural Leonesa 3-2. Cartagena over Castellon 2-1. Ponferradina over Ibiza 2-1. Real Valladolid 3-1 over Las Palmas. Sporting Gijon over Alcorcon 2-1. Villarreal over Atletico San Luqueno 7-1. Eibar over Tenerife 2-1. Elche over Unionista 1-0. In Das Bundesliga was Eintracht Frankfurt over Borussia Mönchengladbach 3-2. Freiburg and Union Berlin tied at 0. Leverkusen and Hoffenheim tied at 2. Borussia Dortmund over Greuther Fürth 3-0. Augsburg over Leipzig 1-1. In Italia Coppa Italia, Empoli over Hellas Verona 4-3. Cagliari over Cittadella 3-1. Fiorentino over Benevento 2-1. And finally in the Swiss Super League, Young Boys and Basel tied at 1. So we go from there now to our final segment, and boy, we are going to be done on time. Man, this is lucky. We will not be early or late.
You want me to turn this light off, or you'll turn it off?
I'll turn it off. Don't worry, Mom. Thank you.
All right, be careful.
Thank you much. Okay, let's get to some European basketball in the Euro League. Unix Kazan over CSKA Moscow 88-67. Monaco in overtime beat Zalgiris Kaunas 107-98. Olympiacos over Bayern 83-60. Zenit Petersburg over Lyon Villeurbanne 71-61. In Euro Cup action, Gran Canaria defeated Budućnost 83-76. Hamburg over Lokomotiv Kuban 100-82. Venezia over Cedevita Olympia 77-70. Partizan over Slask Warclaw 75-73. Virtus Bologna over Prometheus 91-72. Do we have any updates to give? European Channel 1 Cup, Russia over Canada 4-3. And one game just finished. In fact, the only game that just finished. The Anaheim Mighty Ducks beat Seattle Kraken 4-1. Let's give you Finland in La Liga, Finnish Hockey League. Kalpa over Helsinki 3-2. Kuku over Turku 3-1. And in overtime, JYP over Vasansport 4-3. And in the cricket ashes right now, they're playing Australia versus England, and right now it is in the first innings 45-0 Australia. They won the toss and elected to bat, and they're doing pretty darn good, if you'll pardon the expression. It's just boom hum. Okay, just see if I can read these in totalitos. Okay, well, I'll be able to listen to it. Why not? Okay, that is it. We have hit it. I had a commentary and what happened on Dynamite to bring you, but we'll just have to do that tomorrow because we are out of time. So we will be back tomorrow at 11:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:35 p.m. Eastern for more of the show. We'll put the AEW Wrestling Report on our Sports Leftovers segment. And we want to thank all of you for watching, joining us, and being a part of it. We will talk to you tomorrow night, 11:35. Steve Baxley from the Fred McLeod Sports Desk here in the Tom O'Neill Studios saying Good night, everybody. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. Talk to you tomorrow. Have a great night in the West Coast. Have a good early morning on the lovely West Coast. Either way, that's it. We'll see you tomorrow night.